What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. We got Superstar Joe and we got Superstar Rob in the house.
How's it going, man?
Oh my gosh, today was hectic. VV dropped some bombshells today. If you guys have not been in the Twitter space, they dropped a heater article. We're going to go through it today, but it caused me to do some crazy moves. Crazy moves I never thought I would have to do. But some things that came up today, they didn't sit well with me for everything, but we're going to get into it. So let's pull up the first thing first. Become a superstar, guys. Hit that subscribe button. You can be part of the Superstar fam. Hit that bell notification so you know when we post our videos. We're growing the sub base, and we would love for you to be a part of it. So make sure you hit the Superstar subscribe button and become a superstar. That's always what we want. Also, make sure you go check out our video for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's 2 videos before this one. I'm going to put it at the end of the video, so you'll see it at the end. I'm not going to link it in the description. You're going to have to do some detective work or watch this one till the end. It'll pop up on the screen last 5 seconds of the video, and you can go from here to there, and you can follow the instructions. If you have not entered that giveaway, not too many people in it yet. I mean, I think there's less than 100 people in the giveaway, and it's a rare Captain America comic, which has just been going up in value. I feel like it's over 60 now, steady, right?
They got some pretty good odds right now. So if you haven't joined it yet, go to that video, put down a comment, let us know who you're hopeful for in the future in terms of collectibles, and we'll see if you're going to be the lucky one to get a free comic.
Yeah,
who wouldn't like that,
you're
right?
Subscribed.
And subscribe. You have to subscribe. Leave your VV name too.
Yeah, so go check out that video. It'll be at the end of this video. Make sure you watch till the end. Okay, so let's get into the news today. Basically, we had, you can see the screen, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, okay, so we had, today's drop was the Black Panther drop. Solid covers. And how'd you do?
Unfortunately, I did not get it. I haven't had really much luck at all on the drops lately, so I have to really rely on sniping in the market afterwards. But how about you? What did you get?
I didn't get it on the drop. I did have some success afterwards. When this first dropped, it was trading like high 90s, 80s. Then I guess a couple hours later, it dropped down to the 70s. Yeah. Then it got into the 60s. And I was tracking it. It was around 63, and someone listed it at 59.
Perfect.
So I picked it up. I wanted it under 60. Ended up flipping it later today. Right now, I think it was sitting, when I sold it, it was 70 gems.
Yeah,
didn't make too many gems. I wasn't planning to sell it, to be honest. MCP usually comes first for me, but today, after what I saw, I had to make some moves to secure something, and we'll talk about it. But
I was a little surprised that it was going for as high as it was for so long. We waited. I'm like, I like picking them up, but I don't want to pick up anything over 60. I feel the exact same way. So this one was hovering at like 80 for a while. Eventually, it came down. I still haven't picked it up. It's at 73, so it looks like you made a good call there.
So I wish I didn't sell it, but I knew that it would probably sell pretty quickly and help me with my move that I had to do. So if it comes back down, I do have some gems set aside right now that I can get back in if we get to those numbers again. I guess if they release a new collectible that people really want, it may see those levels again, but it might not. Who knows?
I don't know. These rare comics have seemed to really stabilize. So because I'm noticing that the prices are becoming pretty steady, I picked up the Monica Rambeau one for now because it was the only one that I didn't have that was under 60. Yeah. So I feel like the market's entering this stability, which I don't know. I feel like that's usually what happens before another run up. You know, you enter this period of stability where you can actually have time to think out your next move, and then before you know it, there's a pop. So I'll be looking out for that. Hopefully for all of us, it happens.
I do think that once they do release the showrooms comics, we're going to see that pop. So I'm trying to get what I can, and that's why I do want to get back in on this, because I think once they do that, there's going to be a lot more competition for the comics. Yeah, I don't know how many people actually use their showrooms, to be honest, but just because you have that utility, I feel like it gives it a little bit more value, especially the ones with the really nice looking covers, because people may use them as art. We still don't know how they're going to look in the showroom.
Yeah. Nice little bookshelf, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hang it up on a painting.
Big plug here, guys. Make sure you're subscribed as well. Superstar Money _ that is our Twitter. We've been posting there like crazy. We've been interacting with all the other creators, so make sure you're following us on the Twitter. We got another drop coming on Saturday, and it's different than we used to. It's another comic, so we're back in the comic string. I thought when they posted that cat meme of it scratching its head or whatever, I thought it was going to be Black Panther. I thought it was coming, like collectible, but doesn't seem to be that yet. We knew there was going to be three comics this week, and what do we got here, Rob?
This is the last one. Actually, it's not up yet, by the way, so there's no VV rank on this, but it's that Uncanny X-Men 170. So it looks like you got Storm and Callisto. What is it, Callisto there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much about this right now. I'm gonna look into it. Not sure if this is gonna be really a high ranked one. Doesn't seem like there's any first appearances on it. So we'll see.
Looks like it's a classic battle. I guess it's a very well-known battle. Not too sure. Maybe this will be the next one that I could pick up under 60. That's how I look at it. And I think the rare looks pretty sweet from this angle. At least it just Storm's just popping out. I like it.
Yeah, it is nice. The medium article, we should get a better look at all these. I'm sure it's going to be like the standard 30,000 mints or whatever.
Yeah, we'll go over that tomorrow. It'll probably be up tomorrow. But yeah, another Uncanny X-Men. If you're looking forward to this one, let us know in the comments below. Okay, the big news of the day. VV drops this article about FA, FE, CE. They're saying, listen, we got to clarify. And they said they would do this in the AMA.
Well,
and we were asking for it. We asked for it in
our videos. Yeah, we're like, these guys got to clarify this when the day has finally come. In the AMA, they promised, and now here it is.
Collectible edition types, what you need to know. This is going to be on Medium forever, and you can go and check it out. It's on their Twitter. I retweeted it on our Twitter. Make sure you go read it because it's going to be important to understand what everything is. Yeah. And they laid out a lot of things here. Okay. I guess I'll go through the article.
Yeah, let's go through it.
Point out what I noticed because I think it's important that you guys know. So basically, they're just talking about in general how there's been a lot of questions. The most frequently asked questions are to clear up any doubt about FA versus FE, etc. And that's because they made some mistakes. And we'll find that out. Yeah. But basically, what qualifies as FA, FE, they define it. FA is basically when a character with a storyline from comics, TV, film, such as Spider-Man, are introduced to the VV platform. Okay, so it's first appearances are reserved for characters. They make a point to say that multiple times. It's for characters in their debut on VV, and it's not on the blockchain in general. So if there's another first appearance on a different app, on OpenSea or something like that, they don't even count it. It's FA on VV. And they're saying, and they give a little jab back to the quids and the waxes of the Twitter. They say first appearance on the blockchain will be, in most cases, first appearance is via VV. Yeah, because they know that they have those rights and they've had the rights first. So they're just reminding those guys, and they say it again in the first edition. But basically, characters. That's what you got to know for first appearance. Yeah. First edition is objects, for example, the Rewind Collective logo, or artwork, for example, the serial killer stuff, or vehicles, the DeLorean time machine, which I think already has an FA, and I believe they're changing it to FE.
I think they're an FE right now, aren't they?
You'll see that. So basically, art, objects, vehicles, that's getting FE from now on. So FE took a huge boost up. If you were thinking FE before, you were thinking, oh, this is just for like artwork or snow globes or something like that. But now we have confirmed that it's any object is a FE and any artwork is a FA if it's a certain type, I guess, of artwork.
I remember we talked about this. You called it when we were talking about the whole Mickey and Friends NFT collection, and you're like, oh, these are cards. So I have a feeling because they're cards, they're for sure going to be first edition.
Now the question is it because it's a Mickey card that it's first edition, or is the next card not able to be a first edition? Like, how does this work?
I think so. I think you can no longer have a first edition that has a Mickey in it anymore. So if there's a card that has a Mickey in it, it can't be a first edition because that's the first edition card of Mickey.
So is it now, Vivi? I don't know if you've answered every question, but if a card of Spider-Man comes out, is that a FE Spider-Man card? Or is the FE relating to cards in general or lenticular cards? So, for example, if a lenticular card comes out of Spider-Man, is that still FE?
I think that if a card comes out of Spider-Man or even like a piece of art, it has to be an FE of Spider-Man.
I guess we're going to find out.
Right?
Look, because this is the line that gets me. It says when an object, Rewind Collective logo, artist work, serial killer. So I don't think it has to do with the character, Rob. I think that it's
Gotcha.
vehicle, DeLorean time machine, or art-based format. And that word format there makes me think any future cards are not going to be FE.
So you think Mickey, if it came out after this article, shouldn't be an FE? That's what you're saying.
No, the Mickey card, all the cards that came out in that Mickey and Friends are
They're
FE.
FEs.
They're the
That's
first
right.
ever. They're the first ever lenticular cards. Any
Right.
future lenticular card that comes out, if it's Spider-Man, if it's Wonder Woman, doesn't matter. It's not a FE because Mickey and Friends is the first FE.
Interesting.
According to this article, art-based format, and they say poster, lenticular cards. Now,
Interesting.
I don't
Okay.
know what the first poster is. I'd be curious to look that up and see if they fix that.
Yeah.
Or if there's errors on that with where it says FE.
Right.
It must be maybe James Bond is the first one. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. You guys let me know in the comments. What's the first poster? And is it the only poster that has FE in it? I need to know
Yeah.
this. This is something that I'm learning as I go here.
Yeah, so lenticular cards, because it's the first art-based format of lenticular cards. That's why they threw the FE at it. Interesting. Wow.
So note that the first editions are reserved for any objects making their debut on VeVe and not the blockchain in general. Again, they put that out there. If it's showing, if there's a Spider-Man, whatever. If there's like a car, say a Lamborghini
They
comes
switched
out,
those.
and it's on the OpenSea, it doesn't matter if it's on VeVe, it gets the FE.
Yeah, that makes sense though. That makes sense.
But even though in most cases the first edition will be on VeVe, that's what they say here again, right? So
it's true.
The next thing I want to bring up is the con exclusives, and it seems like these take a back seat because they say con exclusives are inclusive of collectibles dropped as a part of a convention or special event. Comic-Con, Designer Con. There will be prioritization for FA and FE on con exclusives. Example of this is if you look at the mascot from the Designer Con, I believe it has a FE tag.
Okay.
So it's not getting the CE for the con exclusive, even though it is con exclusive. It also is FE, so they gave it to FE.
Okay.
I guess to save it for future whenever they have future Designer Cons on the app.
Because it's going to be like a lot of those then. They're going to bring in a lot more artwork.
And in case you were wondering, first appearances in comics do not get the designations.
Yeah, remember that? That was something else we talked about in our videos. But that makes sense. Like for comics, they don't give them anything. It's just in the physical world whether it was a first appearance or not.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it for that.
It's separated. So I don't know. I guess they could have done something if they really wanted, like first appearance for Green Goblin or something. They could have done something, but it is what it is. They're not getting it. And on to the next. Moving forward, obviously there's some things to clean up.
Yeah.
Why isn't Steamboat Willie FA or FE? And they clear that up. They say partner statue serves as the first appearance of Mickey Mouse, the character, and Disney has confirmed that he is the same. That Steamboat Willie is Mickey. So therefore, the first appearance goes to partner statue. No ifs, ands, or buts. Sorry if you have the partner statue, but I think it's still going to be very valuable because as more and more Mickeys come out in that series, that will be the first of that series, and you'll know it. And I think everybody's going to still want to collect it. It's a classic.
Yeah, and, partner statue is going to be a classic forever. That's a grail right there.
The partner statue for sure, but even the Steamboat. I'm saying the Steamboat.
Yeah,
it's the first Mickey by itself, even though it doesn't have a tag. People know that, and if it did have the tag, it might be worth a little bit more or a lot of bit more. But long run, you're good with Steamboat Willie. Don't worry.
It's so cool that it's a Steamboat too. Like the fact that it's a Steamboat. How many more Steamboats are they gonna come out with? That's probably it. They might come up with more Mickeys, but not Steamboat Mickeys. So it might be the only one in that class.
Exactly. Mickey and Friends lenticular interactive cards are labeled FE because they are first edition cards. So it's because of the cards. It's not because of the character. This means that but this is the part that got me today. This line here made me make moves. This means that if premium digital collectible of Donald Duck, for example, were to drop in the future, he would be an FA.
There you go. There is no FA right now of Donald Duck. We thought he was an FE and an FA. We thought he was both, but he's not.
I bought that Donald because he was FA. You know what I mean? He was the first appearance Donald on the VeVe app. Now we're going to come out with another Donald and make him FA.
He's just merely a lenticular card.
But that's the first part. Okay, I read that. I was fuming. I was fuming at that. I'm like, this is going to kill his value. This is going to kill his value because people are going to read this and expect a Donald FA and want the gems to buy that Donald. And this is whatever. It's just a card. If you like cards, good for you. But I do think that this will increase the value of the Mickey card specifically, because that's the common. It's like the Todd treatment. The common gets the first mint.
Yeah.
That Mickey FE card might have the most value now. Like, I don't know. It depends what happened. I guess it's the first time Donald's on the app, but are people going to know that in 20 years when there's a FA Donald sitting there?
Well, I feel like if a Minnie Mouse, if a Donald, whatever came out right now as a first appearance, and I had one of those cards, which I don't, I would probably sell one of those cards to pick up that first appearance.
That's what I'm saying. So I did do that today. And I'll get into that because the next paragraph here is also kind of important. Batman, oh boy, the Batmans.
There's a lot
with any startup, we've been on a steady diet of figure it out as we go. Obviously, a precedent was set early with some of the Batmans and Harley Quinns being labeled FE as artist works. Yeah. But they want to clean this up so it's less confusing moving forward. Don't worry, we're removing altogether any labeled first appearances and first editions. This includes all black and white collectibles out of respect. So this is like
they know if they start changing those ones, they know.
They admit defeat here. They admit defeat here. They say they made a mistake, and there are going to be FE characters forever, but there's a limited few. Okay,
not supposed to.
There's not supposed to be any FEs, but they're keeping them just because out of respect. They need to have them. So
it's an error.
I think that those FE collectibles that aren't supposed to be FE just got a huge rocket ship attached to their back.
Yeah.
And they're going to be going to the moon because there's not going to be any more ever. And whatever's out there now is already very scarce. Some of them are very limited. A lot are season 1, which means that they're already priced in. But I think those things got a rocket ship, and we've already noticed that they kind of started making the move. And,
people like errors in this world. They like errors. And it's just a recipe right now for Blast Off with this change on top of the fact that they're season 1. They go way back. It's just a recipe for success if you have one of those right now.
So I would not get rid of, I would not even be asking. Don't even ask, don't even change the Batman FA. I know people have been asking for it on Twitter. Change all the Batmans from that first drop to FA. Don't do it. You got an FE Batman right now, and there's never going to be another FE character this day forward.
That's right.
It's only whatever's on the app now that FE that's a mistake that they're leaving. So don't ask for it because look, they're making some changes, guys. They are making some changes. They're going. All the vehicles are changing into FE. They're doing it. It's coming.
Yeah.
And they're doing the vehicles. There's objects. The board cube going to FE. The posters going to FE. So I don't know. This may be it. This coming soon poster, ultra rare FE. That might be it. I'm not sure. Because remember, we were wondering that might be the first poster. And I think that is a 007. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
probably.
Look, all the Dragon Girls going FE because it's art.
Right.
All of the serial killers, FE. They're calling them artwork and they're not calling them characters, which is kind of debatable. Sorcerer hat, huge. They're calling it an object.
Wow.
Even though I think that one's going to get a little bit of heat because I think it is a character on its own. Like it runs around.
Well, we actually had a comment on that in one of our videos. We said that the Mickey hat we actually called it an object.
Yeah.
We said it's just a hat. And one of our superstars said, no.
It's a character.
That's a character. I think, what is it in Disneyland? The Fantasia, is it? What's it called?
So I guess they've made up their mind, but that one there might be a little bit debatable.
So some Disney fans might be really upset about that right now because they're going to be like, he's an object. Yeah. Sorry, he's a character. He's not an object.
Exactly. And I think they might have a good point there. So let me know what you think. Are they going to go back on that one? I don't know. But the Pizza Planet truck, the skateboard. Okay, see, now this doesn't make sense to me because now I see another poster here that's going FE. If it's the art type or the object type poster, it should be the first ever poster that's at FE. So I still think there's some errors here. Like there's some things that have to be cleared up.
Well, can I just point something else out? Can you go back to Captain Carter there? I thought that was an interesting one. Yeah, I forgot to mention it as you were pointing out. So
Captain Carter is a F. Okay, no, that makes sense.
They're giving Captain Carter the FA now, and she's spiked. She's spiked. Yeah, like I'm looking at her over here.
Yeah.
And it looks like she's popped up for almost like a 25% return there of gain from $300 to $400. Interesting. Just something I noticed. Thought was pretty cool.
So guys, this article is making some moves. I think that they're gonna get a lot of hate on the Disney hat. The
Yeah.
Captain America, I don't know. I guess, or sorry, not the Captain Carter. Must have come out during Designer Con, or must have come out during Comic Con or something like that. That's why they gave her the comic exclusive. But it makes sense. It should be a FA.
No, she's a Marvel. She's a Marvel Mighty.
I know, but it might have come out during a time when they were doing comic. I don't know. Why would they call it a Comic Con exclusive? Or
Yeah, it must have. I don't know.
it must have come out
I don't
during
know the
that
history
time.
of it either.
Well, I wasn't around, so you guys
Yeah.
let me know that one in the comments too. But I think maybe this poster, maybe what happened. Oh no, look, it didn't even have a tag, and now they're giving it an FE. Why? Why are you doing this? Just leave it. Leave it. You said the first time there's a poster, that should be the only FE. Vivi, come on.
You know what? I know what you're saying, but a part of me still thinks that it's based on the character in that art format. So if you have a poster now of another character, and it's the first time he appears in a poster, or she appears in a poster, she might get the FE tag because it's the first time of that character in that art form.
I think there's going to be a part 2 to this article. That's all I'm saying. Okay? There's going to be a part 2 with some clarifications, but I think that they did clarify a lot by putting this out, and they helped to put some of the most heavily debated topics to rest, which is good, and I applaud Vivi for that.
Yeah.
All right, this video is getting pretty long here, so I just want to talk about the move that I did quickly today. I jumped in to Joe Mad, and this was a hectic purchase. Actually, you can see my purchase right there. $14.09 is what I paid, and I seen them hanging around $12.50. By the time I got the gems traded through, it was at $14.09. So the reason I picked it up is because it's going to be one of very few with this FE tag that you see on the left there. And there's him, there's the other Batmans, Becky Cloonan, Rizzo, and then there's a bunch of Harley Quinns, I believe. I'm not sure if there's anything else that has it, just because that was the errors. But
yeah, it's Batman and Harley Quinn.
This is the reason that I went into this one, because it's an error, and I sold off my Donald Duck.
Look at him just tank.
You can see in the chart here, you can see the big drop.
It's only $50, but it could be the beginning of a trend and a downward pressure on that one.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? It did. It's obviously a steep looking chart in comparison. If I go to look at the Joe Mad, you can tell what's happening here. Selling pressure is coming, less listings. People are going to hold on now, see what happens with the FEs, I think.
Yeah.
And Donald's, they're undecided. They're like, what do I do? If a new Donald comes out FA, what do I do? So I got rid of mine for now. I do want to get back into the lenticular cards. I'm just not sure if I want to pick up the Donald or the Mickey. I just feel like Mickey, for whatever reason, long term might do better now with this announcement. But I'm a Donald Duck fan, so maybe I get both.
I'm sure you'll be back one day. I
will be back. Exactly. So let us do our sign off, Rob. And at the end of this video, there will be a video popping up in the middle that will let you get to our giveaway video. Make sure you enter it. You have to be subscribed and leave your username, and it'll tell you all the stuff in that video.
Yeah, and please leave comments. We want to hear from you. I want to know if you agree with us. Do you think that the lenticular cards, for example, are going to be FE based on characters going forward, or is it just art format? Would you be thinking of selling one of your lenticular cards now because you know that an FA of that character might come out in the future? Let us know what you think, and join the fam, join the Superstar fam. Hit that subscribe button, and we can't wait to see you again tomorrow. So take care. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.